What's up, everyone? Mike here from Tastylive, and in just under a month, we've got some rule changes. Pattern day trading is going away, but also day trade calls, starting day trading buying power, a lot of things that have been affecting traders for quite some time. So if you've ever felt like you've been flagged as a pattern day trader under 25K and you have been actively trading, maybe you felt locked out of the market because you didn't have $25,000 sitting in your brokerage account in equity, check out this video, because as of June 4th, again, 2026, the rules of the game are changing in a pretty significant way. So FINRA has officially scrapped the old day trading margin framework and replaced it with something new, known as the intraday margin standard. And the core idea is pretty simple. Instead of counting how many trades you make in a week, the new system asks one question: do you have enough equity in your account right now to cover the risk you're taking? That's it. Exposure-based, not trade count-based. So let's break down exactly how this works. So the old system, and under the old rules, if you made 4 or more day trades in a 5-day rolling period, you got labeled as a pattern day trader. That label came with a mandatory minimum of $25,000 in your account at all times. If you fell below that and you were flagged as a pattern day trader, the brokerage could restrict your trading entirely. For a lot of retail traders, that $25,000 threshold was a wall that kept them out of actively trading altogether, regardless of how responsibly they were managing their positions. So FINRA heard the complaints, did a review, and decided the old rules were outdated. A lot of technology has changed. Brokerages have great risk teams that can manage this a lot more effectively, so they built something new. The new core concept, IML, and intraday margin deficits. So at the heart of the new system is something called the intraday margin level, or IML. Think of your IML as a cushion. It represents how much breathing room you have in your margin account at any given moment. So if you're looking at options buying power, for example, you want to make sure that that is above 0. When you buy securities such as stock or make any trade that draws down that cushion, that's called an IML reducing transaction. If your cushion goes negative, meaning your equity drops below what's required to support your positions, you've got an intraday margin deficit. That's the number your broker now needs to track if it happens, and they want you to fix it, of course, if it does. So how do brokers calculate this? Here's where it gets kind of interesting for the compliance side of things. Brokers don't necessarily have to monitor your account in real time, though they can if they want to. Of course, all brokerages are going to be monitoring accounts in real time because they want to make sure that risks doesn't get out of whack. The rule allows for single end of day calculations, similar to how maintenance margin works today. And there are some helpful accommodations built in. So first off, if you have cash swept into an FDIC insured bank through a sweep program, that counts as a credit balance. It works in your favor. Second, and this is a big one, deposits, withdrawals, and position closers made during the day can all be treated as if they happen at the very start of the day. That means a deposit you make at noon can retroactively eliminate a deficit that technically occurred at 10 a.m. Third, if you're trading multi-leg option strategies, this is a big one. Spreads, for example, iron condors, credit spreads, what have you, and you execute both legs near simultaneously, the broker can treat those as a single transaction rather than 2 separate IML reducing events. This is similar to like pattern day trading. If you entered into an iron condor with all 4 legs separately, it would have multiplied your exposure there. So what happens when there is a deficit? If a deficit does occur, your broker is required to ask you to fix it as promptly as possible, as you might imagine. You satisfy it by depositing cash or securities, or by otherwise increasing your IML. One deposit can even cover multiple outstanding deficits in the same account. Now, deficits don't hang over you forever. If there's one still outstanding after 15 business days, it would automatically clear from the books. But, and this is very important, if you make a habit of ignoring deficits, there are absolutely going to be consequences. So that's where the 90-day freeze can still come into play. If you let a deficit go unsatisfied for 5 full business days, and you've shown a pattern of doing this, your broker must place a 90-day restriction on your account. During that period, you can't open new short positions or increase debit balances, though you can still close out existing shorts. There are two exceptions worth knowing though. First, small deficits. Under $1,000 or less than 5% of your account equity don't count towards that pattern determination at all. Second, if the deficit happened under truly extraordinary circumstances, your broker can determine if it doesn't reflect a pattern as well. So the bottom line, under the old system, a casual trader with, let's say, $15,000 in their account could get locked out just for being active. Under the new system, that same trader can trade much more freely, as long as they have the equity to back up their positions. The $25,000 equity wall is gone. What replaces it is a real-time accountability framework. Trade what you can support, fix deficits when they arise, and habitually, people that are habitual offenders, I should say, face real restrictions, as you might imagine. So for retail traders, this is a meaningful expansion of access. For brokers, it's a new compliance framework to implement. With an 18-month phase-in period for most brokers, but Tastytrade will be ready on day 1, June 4th, 2026. The pattern day trading era is over, or about to be, and we're super excited to see what's to come. Now, one thing to note, if you want to check out this yourself, I know everyone has their own individual trading styles, individual risk tolerances, account sizes, things like that. You can actually just search for this rule. So just search for FINRA, PDT going away. You can actually go to the website. You can download the PDF. You can read through all of this yourself. I would really recommend doing that, especially to get your bearings on everything that's changing and just get a better idea of what's to come on June 4th, just under a month. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully you like this video. I know there's a lot going on, so we'll do our best at tastylive to make sure that we're giving you all the information that we can, whenever we can, and breaking things down more digestibly, because a lot of these things can be pretty complex. But thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.